Zeus' wife Hera is the feminine form of the Greek word heros, meaning heroine or heroine. The biggest misconception about Hera is that she is known as a jealous and vengeful goddess. However, since Hera is the queen of the Greek gods and the goddess of marriage and family, her role is to punish women and illegitimate children who destroy families. Hera punishes and torments her husband Zeus' women and illegitimate children, and because there are so many of them, she is one of the goddesses who appears most frequently in mythology. For that reason, she is depicted as the embodiment of jealousy and anger. The etymological meaning of the name Hera is related to the earth, which represents primordial life force, and it is said to be related to snakes, which are believed to crawl on the ground with their entire bodies, touching the ground and absorb the secrets of life and mysterious primordial energy from the earth. In fact, it is said that in the early days of mankind, when goddesses were worshipped as the main deities, snakes were worshipped. In the myth, Hercules kills a snake as soon as he is born, which suggests that the matriarchal society that worshipped the goddess of the earth was changing into a patriarchal society centered around Zeus. The meaning of Heracles is the glory of Hera, and the myth that Heracles was ruled by Hera shows that matriarchal society strongly resisted and absorbed patriarchal society. Hera is the queen of the gods in Greco-Roman mythology, and has the highest status among all goddesses. She is the goddess who protects the family, ethics, and marriage, and in Rome she was identified with Juno. Therefore, June is the 6th month of the year and is written as June in English, which is another name for Hera. There is a story that June's bride is protected by Juno or Hera, the patron goddess of June, and becomes a happy bride. After Rome conquered Greece, they inherited Greek mythology and called Hera Juno. This is similar to the Roman renaming of Zeus to Jupiter. Aphrodite in Greek mythology corresponds to Venus in Rome. Some say that Zeus's lechery actually stemmed from the fact that people in human society used his name as an excuse to cover up adultery and illegitimate children, and that wives and husbands would kill the adulterers or hire murderers in Hera's temples in anger at their spouse's adultery. However, from Hera's perspective, Zeus's neglect of adulterous women and illegitimate children was tantamount to condoning the destruction of marriage and family, so Hera, the goddess of family, was justified in tormenting them. In other words, Hera was doing her job. So Zeus secretly helped his women and illegitimate children, but did not directly prevent or condemn Hera's actions. One of the excuses Zeus gave when he seduced women was that he needed to create heroes for the war against Gigantomachia. Of course, despite this need, Hera, the patron goddess of family, could not accept this. Hera, unable to tolerate Zeus's continued infidelity, joined forces with Athena, Apollo, and Poseidon in an attempt to usurp Zeus's rule, but was instead punished by being handcuffed, having heavy stones tied to her ankles, and hanging between heaven and earth, only to be released after promising never to rebel again. This event symbolized the complete transition from matriarchal to patriarchal society in human history. The Temple of Hera is older than any other temple, and was once regarded as the highest goddess on earth by the indigenous peoples, who were matriarchal. Before the cult of Zeus became widespread, Hera was worshipped as a matriarchal goddess, with the supreme deity being Hera Thaleia, perfect Hera. Please leave your opinion in the comment section. Thank you. Watch again. Leave a comment below and don't forget to like and share the video. And subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video.